lines down, lights out. They have been very, very busy. As we will find when the sun comes up, there have been a number of people who did not heed the warning that they were given to evacuate those low-lying areas. And so, again, Tampa Fire Rescue and Tampa Police Department are currently doing water rescues. They've done a number in the South Tampa area and mainly focused on Davis Islands right now. They've received close to 150 calls from individuals whose homes are flooded, and they feel that they need assistance from us. There have been 87 rescues so far. Now these numbers are preliminary, and the rescues are not just rescues from boats going to take people away from their flooded homes. Those 87 rescues will include things like flooded cars in the middle of roads and high rescue or high vehicle rescues in different areas. The last count was 47 individuals and 8 dogs have been rescued by a boat. So they've been at that mostly since about 2 a.m. There has been some receding of the water, so some of the individuals that wanted out before have called back to say that they'll just wait it out now. The water has gone down a couple of feet. It looks like with the Davis Island tide station that they're still haven't peaked out at high tide, and then we'll begin a long, day-long receding of the tide. Right now, the count is 74,000 locations without electricity. I know that TECO is up and working again. They have really done an incredible job at restoring electric service throughout our city. So those who don't have electricity right now, I know that Chief Tripp is going to talk about generators and the use of candles and those types of things, how people can stay safe if their electricity has gone out. So TECO's working at it. The men and women in uniform have been out here all night long, keeping our community safe. And I tell you, I could not be prouder of the job that they have been doing. In many instances, putting themselves in danger's path in order to help individuals, once again, that didn't listen to the evacuation orders in the first place. As soon as the sun comes up, we have all of our damage assessment teams that are ready to go. They are deployed geographically, so they're going to be able to fly drones over and assess damage on private property, and then also see what damage has been done throughout our downtown area. I was just driving down there, and there's a great deal of damage from the flooding. Barricades moved, construction trailers moved, and those were just the things that I saw in a very short drive. So when people wake up this morning, please pay attention. Turn on the television. If you have electricity, pay attention to your local news. We are going to assess the ability to open things back up. Still can't get on or off of Davis Islands. Bridges, to my knowledge, are still closed. So we're going to let you know when it's safe for those things to open up. Don't go outside to explore, because there are, I believe it is 78 down power lines that we've had reported, and there are probably more than that. So don't go outside walking around, especially in standing water. Please do not drive through standing water. I saw a number of vehicles that were submerged on my drive through downtown as well. In addition to that, we asked everybody that had a vehicle, an EV with a lithium battery, to make sure those got up. There's a few of those that didn't get up, and now they're burn up. And so with the lithium batteries, a little late for that warning, but we may see more flooding this evening too. So pay attention to those things. When we give these warnings, we really ask everyone to heed them, because they're for your own safety, and they're for the safety of our entire community. Now I'll bring up Chief Barbara Tripp.
Thank you, Mayor. As Mayor has stated, the men and women of Tampa Fire Rescue, Tampa Police Department, and all first responders throughout the city of Tampa have been efficiently working hard overnight. We want to thank all of the first responders in the state of Florida as well as tackling this storm. We want to remain focused on our safety and well-being of every member in this community. We have responded to over 200 medical and fire-related calls, anywhere from power lines down to burning vehicles, burning homes, and as well as any traffic accident, as well as serious medical calls. We currently are assisting Tampa Police Department with rescuing personnel. We have 4 John boats that's out there as well, continue to do rescue from off of Davis Island as well as South Tampa. We have actually transported multiple people, as the mayor stated, over to shelters for security and safety. We currently reached out to the state for additional resources. We have 4 swift water rescue teams that is staging to assist us. 1 is coming from Orlando, 2 is coming from Virginia, and 1 is coming from Ohio. As Mayor stated, it's not over. We have our high tides that is suspected to be in at 11:01 a.m., 11:01 a.m., and the low tide will not be until 7:13 p.m. today. We want everyone to be cautious. As Mayor says, we still have power outage. Please do not leave candles unattended. We prefer you do not use the candles, but make sure you're attentive to the candles. And as she stated with generators, you have to make sure the generators are operated in a well-ventilated area. Do not operate them in your garage. Do not operate them in your home. Make sure it's a well-ventilated area. With that being said, we have reached out, and thanks to the Hillsborough County School Board, who's also assisted with us with transporting personnel that have been rescued to shelters. Now I turn it over to Chief Burkhoff.
It's an understatement to say that our officers and our first responders were busy. They were extremely busy. And several years ago, they were in Northport doing this exact same thing. Unbeknownst to them, years later, they would be doing that in their own hometown. They are prepared, they're trained, they're doing an excellent job. We're out there with 6 boats. We have 3 high water vehicles, and they are working diligently to help our community. Many of our officers, firefighters, paramedics, they continue to show the true hearts of a public servants as they put their own concerns and their own families and their own homes aside to do their public service. Once again, the partnerships that we have with the county, with our other local departments, and the state is truly amazing. I was on Kennedy Boulevard earlier, and I saw some resources from Nashville, Tennessee going to Pinellas. So the state of Florida has plenty of resources out here. But I want to urge everybody to stay off the roads, and if you see water, please turn around. Don't drown. High tide is not here yet, so we need everybody to be vigilant, and we also need you to report any suspicious activity or if anybody's in need. If you see something, say something so all of our first responders can do something. Thank you.
All right, one more. Oh, okay. One more. We had one of our wastewater pumps fail, but it was in an area where it was submerged, and so Tampa Police Department took our wastewater team in by one of the high water vehicles, and they're working on fixing that right now. But the water on Davis Island, our high rescue vehicles can't even get on Davis Island. So that's, that flooding was what we had warned everyone about. So the only way we're getting people off of the island right now is by boat. Come on up, Rose.
Buenos días, soy Sargento Rose Angelakopoulos con el Departamento de Policía de Tampa. Primeramente le queremos dar la gracia a todos los oficiales de primeros auxilios, a los bomberos y a todo el mundo que trabajó la noche entera para ayudar a que los residentes de Tampa estén seguros. Nosotros anoche tuvimos que rescatar varios lo que ha pasado y todavía es muy peligroso para las personas manejar. Por favor, le pedimos que se queden en casa y que se queden al tanto a todas las noticias y las redes sociales para todas las actualizaciones que nosotros demos. Todavía las aguas están inundadas y le pedimos a las personas que no manejen en el agua. Den la vuelta, por favor, no se ahoguen. Aunque la tormenta ya pasó, todavía hay mucho peligro en las calles de Tampa. Por favor, le pedimos a todos que estén seguros y se sigan al tanto a nuestras redes sociales. Gracias.
All right, questions?
Can you give an estimate? Like, I know we don't know exactly how high that water is, but it must be pretty high if you can't get your high rescue vehicles out.
Yeah, it's high, several feet, without a doubt, of floodwaters that we saw. So one individual that called in said that the water was up to her chest. So we'll see once the sun comes up. And that, please, to everyone that is watching out there, when the sun comes up, don't go out and start looking around and exploring. Wait until we're able to do a safety assessment, and then we'll let you know what is safe and what is clear. We don't want anybody to get hurt, and we need the first responders to be able to get to where they need to go quickly.
I guess this question would actually be for Chief Treb. Could you discuss the fire that we saw earlier on Davis Island and how many other house fires there are going right now? And then the follow-up would be, what do you want people to know if they had saltwater inundation, and what should they be looking out for to keep their homes safe right now?
As far as the number of fires, actually, I don't have that actual number, but we did have some homes that we were not able to reach due to the water and due to the dangers, and of course, couldn't put the first responders in danger. So the biggest thing that we want everyone to know, when you do go back and do an assessment of your home, any type of electrical equipment, especially lithium-ion batteries, you need to make sure everything gets serviced before you try to power it on, and make sure that hopefully everything was unplugged for a lot of these homes.
And then one more question. Just walking around, I've seen people with the generators in their garages. Can you explain why that's not okay, even if you have the garage door open?
It's not okay because of carbon monoxide, and of course that is the silent killer, and you definitely don't want that in your home. You don't know, you can go unconscious, so that's why it has to be well ventilated because of the fumes, the toxic fumes that comes out of the generator. And one of the things with the generators as well is that you don't want to overpower the generators. You only want to plug in necessary items. And just remember, salt water and electricity do not go together.
Can those generators run outside even if it's raining?
It should not be outside in the rain.